Hello everyone and welcome to this new video about level design. In this episode, we're gonna see how to model a 3D crate model with 3 LODs. By the way, if you feel like you're a bit shaky on this notion of level of detail, you can check out this video I made previously on the concept of LOD. In a nutshell, the idea is to create several variations of the same model with different resolutions, so as to have appropriate models depending on the size of the visual. Basically, it's about doing the best trade-off between performance and a possible visual downgrade. So in our case, for this little crate, we could technically have a very low level of detail by just using this startup cube actually. We would just need to add some textures, either in a realistic style or a more cartoony one, and we'd get a super low-res model that still looks pretty well when in the distance. But of course we could also want to add just a little geometry, to have these borders truly spread out. This would be interesting for a mid-resolution variant, where we'd like to have some basic lighting, but still not a lot of details. To do this, we just have to go into Edit mode and select all of our faces by pressing A, then tap I to start insetting, and I again to switch to Individual Faces mode. Now we can scale down those inner faces and click to validate our transformation. Finally, with all those faces still selected, we can press Alt plus E to extrude them along their normals. If we drag the geometry in slightly and click to apply our effect, you see that we've now got a nice and still pretty basic crate model. If you're curious, you can also go to the Overlays menu over here and enable the statistics. You see that our model has just about 100 triangles, which is really not a lot, and so this will ensure great performance inside the game. Finally, depending on our game's aesthetics, we could also, of course, want to have a really high-resolution model, used in a specific context where it's placed very close to the camera, so it needs all those little bumps and cracks. To achieve this, we would most probably need to mix a bit of extra geometry with other usual tricks like surface imperfections, normal maps, and high-res textures. The goal here could be to create a physically based shading to make as realistic a render as possible. If you want to get nice PBR textures for free, a great website is ambientcg.com that provides you with hundreds of material albedos, roughness maps, normal maps, etc. For the model itself, we could however add a bit of details quite quickly. The trick here is to use Blender's built-in Auto Mirror plugin. Once you've enabled it in your user preferences, you'll have a new section in your End Panel Edit tab to easily add a pre-configured mirror modifier to your selected model. Here we can add 3 modifiers along the X, Y and Z axis. Now, as soon as we add a little detail in this corner, for example a diamond-shaped nail of sorts, it will instantly be reproduced on the rest of the model. This will allow us to quickly add a global pass of extra details. Then, if at one point we want to cut this mirroring, we can apply 1 or more modifiers, and these modifications will be set in stone. So there you go, you've now got 3 examples of a 3D crate with different LODs that you could import in your favorite game creation tool and use as an LOD group. I hope you enjoyed this quick 3D modeling tutorial about level design and that you learned a few interesting tricks. If you did, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And of course, don't hesitate to leave a comment with your ideas for future level design tutorials. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and take care.